Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Adobe Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Izzy, brand designer from Ottawa, Canada, and I am here with the legend himself, Andrew Hochradel from the Adobe family. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today we
Uh,
will be, oh, sorry.
oh
Hey.
no, I was just gonna say hi. I'm excited to be here too. Sorry, keep going.
All good. So today we will be working in Illustrator, Photoshop, and designing a lot of posters, and then we will be animating it in Adobe Express. So Andrew, take the stage. I think we have
It's
so
gonna be
much to work.
wild.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be wild. So, chat. Hello. It is nice to see you here. If it's your first time, I'm Andrew Hochradel. I'm a brand identity designer. I'm super chaotic, and that's what we're gonna do today. Is just stay super chaotic. If you have suggestions, put them in the chat. It is live. Hold on. Yes, over there. It is live. So put suggestions in there, and we are gonna be doing movie posters today. Isabel, you've seen this movie. We love this
Mhm.
movie. We are going to be making not only a movie poster for Everything Everywhere All at Once, we are going to be making all of the posters all the time at the same time. So we're going to have a whole bunch of different styles to do, and we are literally going to cycle through as many different styles as we can. Isabel, I'm gonna let you pick the first one as we get going here. Do you have a style, aesthetic, anything that comes to mind that when
Hmm.
you think of Everything Everywhere All at Once, or if it's just something that's within your life or something you've done or prefer? Do you have a style that you would like to start in?
Oh, so right now I'm very much into the maximalist style.
Okay, love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so chat, you are going to be our guide. Oh, I scaled 1 second, chat. I scaled all of my icons up, and this is so much. So chat, you are going to be the kind of guide here. So what I want you to do is you put your suggestions in because we are going to be doing a bunch of different styles. So if you have a style, put it in chat. The moderators will keep track of that and make sure that we can kind of cycle back to it. But let's start in the maximalist style. And what does that mean to you, Isabel? What does the maximalist style mean for you?
Well, just like everything at once, lots of colors, lots of crazy fonts, lots of textures happening all at once. Um,
Yes. So for me, the maximalist, I always think of like a phone book ad or like the gosh, what's it called? Like a menu that just like has
yes,
everything on it.
everything on it. Yes.
Yes. So I'm just going to come into Illustrator. What I like to do is I use basic shapes to kind of map stuff out. And knowing that I'm doing that maximalist style, I'm just going to start throwing shapes on here because I know that I want to have just a bunch of different shapes. And for sure, I want to have some of the little like eyes that they have. Like they have googly eyes on everything. And I think that'll be kind of
Mm-hmm.
the theme through all of our work today is having those little googly eyes. And so I'm going to kind of just map stuff out. I use circles for like general areas, especially from like photos. And then I use a lot of rectangles to kind of map out where type will go. Um, so let's just do, actually, let's do this. So I'll eventually turn these into guides. And I don't know a lot of people that use this kind of workflow, but I love using these boxes and then turning them into guides. And it will allow me to kind of just have a good idea of where things need to go. I'm gonna play with different orientations. And the hotkeys that I'm using here, because I don't think about it and it literally is just like piano at this point. R is rotate. V is the selection tool. And spacebar is what I use to drag around the canvas. So if you see me kind of just moving stuff, I'm hitting hotkeys.
That's great. We do have a style in the queue for your next poster.
Oh yes. What is it? I'll keep my
It's
mind on it.
Bauhaus.
Bauhaus. Okay, that's gonna be easy. That'll be really fun. This one I want a text box that's going to come down this way. And something that I'll do here is if I just want to grab this angle, I'll duplicate this kind of triangle that's here, and then I'll delete two of the points. And now I have that perfect angle. So if I wanted to, I can make this into a text box that I know I want to kind of hit these edges. Lock up there. There we go. And then I'm going to fill that with text. That's
Love
looking
it.
pretty okay. And then I'm going to put just a giant image down here. I think I might need an image up over here too. So chat, this is a great way to just like mentally understand what your vibe is going to be and what the general composition of this is going to be. So a lot of times I'll come in here and use different colors for things. So these are going to be photos. Everything that's gray is going to be text. And then these are going to be googly eyes, and we'll make googly eyes this nice little green. So I think this will probably be a photo. This will be a photo, and then we'll put more text in it. And the reason I'm doing this, Andrew, the reason I'm doing this is it allows me to balance, right? So now we can see how balanced is this composition. Izzy, here's a question for you. If you're looking at this, let's say that we put this on like a pin in the middle of this and we set it down. Where does it feel like it's going to fall? That's what I try to use for like composition of where do we think it's going to lean? Like which way? Or is it balanced?
Well, I would say that your oblique rectangle feels maybe out of place.
It does. I agree. I think that this looks odd. I'm okay with this one here.
Me too.
But I think this looks weird. And I think that we could actually just put one of these eyes nice and big in the center. Yes. And then maybe we put some text over on this side. But that I was going to say. Yeah.
Like it's missing some overlay because you have some text overlays, but do you want to have some images overlays too on top? Or like eyes overlays?
And I'm going to do italic text. I don't know why I made those boxes slanty, just so I can have a mental note that I'm like, this is going to be italic. Okay, this looks pretty good to me. And then I might put some like credits here. Let's start filling it in. First thing we're going to do real easy is we are going to get our little googly eyes. And I'm actually going to be using Adobe Stock a lot for this. So we just go to stock.adobe.com. And if you wanted to, you could go to stock.adobe.com/free. And let's see if we can just find a googly eye. Oh yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
See. All right. Oh, these are better. Okay, cool. I'm just going to license one of these because these are really good. Boom. Got it. Ooh, actual eyes. Hated that. Jump scare. Sorry, everyone. All right. Let me grab those googly eyes and pull them in here real quick. Cool.
Nice. You're going to mask them.
Yeah, so I'm just going to mask them in, and that's going to give me a nice clean edge on there. And what I'm actually going to do is I'll make a new layer, and I'm going to make a new layer, and this is going to be the art layer, and this is going to be the guide layer. Oh, and if we didn't want to do that, check this out. Oh, a cat.
Yeah, but yeah. Here's Yam.
Hello, Cat Cam.
Yeah, Cat Cam. Yeah, sorry about that.
So what I'll do is I'll actually select all of these. And now that I know kind of what shapes are what, I'm going to go to View, and then I'm going to go to Guides. And then I'm going to click on Make Guides. And all of these shapes are guides now. And now I don't have to worry about them. I can hit Control and semicolon, and they will all go away. Or I can bring them back and see the guide that I want to be on. So super, super helpful way to kind of lay out your flow and then just very easily and quickly kind of work with those. And you'll see I have the center, so I can literally just align these and then scale them all in.
Amazing.
And with that maximalist style, I don't think that it matters that these are the exact same image. I think that like people are like, oh, they need to have like variation or whatever. I feel like the maximalist is totally fine to like be intentionally ugly. Okay, cool. So let's just put some text in here. And I do want to do some title stuff. So let's grab the text tool, and we are just going to type in everything.
I'm going to try to find some quotes for you from the movie.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that'd be super helpful. Also, chat, if you have any quotes from the movie that you liked, go ahead and let me know. Also, we're about to do something that you should never do. Well, they say you should never do it, but for a project like this, we're stretching type. We're just going to do whatever we want with this type because the maximalist style is all about kind of breaking the rules. And so we are going to break those rules. Let's do everywhere. I am going to change these fonts to be all different. Scroll and stop. I love this. This creative workflow is just like, I don't know everything. That's too many anchor points. That's a font that I made, and that's my problem. All right, let's use this one. And what's nice is if you're using these guides, you can very easily kind of just throw them away. So I do think that I want to throw part of this away. And at this point, I'm going for legibility. Sorry, readability, not legibility. So I just want to make sure that people can kind of understand it. It doesn't need to necessarily be super readable.
That's it. Specifically, if you're repeating the same word, as long as there's one that people can kind of like gravitate towards and understand,
yes,
then the rest sort of makes sense.
Yep,
sorry,
absolutely.
I'm having a cat situation here.
Oh no, is everything okay?
Everything is okay. He just like really wants attention.
Honestly, same. That's why I'm here in the live. Love me, chat. And then let's do all at once down here. Yes, in here in chat. Next up, you said that you wanted Bauhaus, so we will go to Bauhaus right after this. Hey, Steven.
Yeah, maybe this is a good time to say hi from people in the chat. Hi, Joshua. Hi, RB. Hello, Stefan Andres. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we have Cheryl. We have CMYK FPV, who says Bauhaus for our next style. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Okay, so I want to get some imagery kind of slammed in here in a couple of places. And so obviously we can't use imagery from the movie, but I can use references to the movie. And so my favorite character is Rakakuni, and we are going to be using this raccoon who is just dying to be a part of our he's like, please put me in your composition.
Exactly. I want everything.
Right, yeah, this is all right. We're putting him we're gonna put him up in this box, in the corner.
This would be nice to this photo because it has a lot of texture as like a duotone or something like that to make it super maximalist too.
Oh yeah, that would be, we can do a filter. I'm trying to track time. I want to spend like 15 minutes on each one. So at some point we may call it done and move to Bauhaus. I'm going to add in these images. And then I'll probably add some color on here and then we'll be done. One more thing that I love in here is the hot dog hands world, where they have like the hot dog hands. So I'm just going to type in hot dogs and see if I can get like a good picture of just like a bunch of hot dogs. I think that this is the one I want. And we're just going to slam that all the way across the bottom here. And so you can see I have my guides, but things have moved around because as you start to work, the composition kind of changes. And so never be afraid to make changes. Just kind of go along with it and see what works with the actual composition that you have. And then try to stay on those guides. If you felt like they worked at one point, they probably will work at the other points too. All right, maximalist is on it right now. Let's take this down. Cool. And the colors that I always see in maximalist posters are like green, yellow, and like pink, like the hot pink. So let's do this ugly yellow color that I feel like I see in every kind of maximalist poster. It's like a mid yellow. There we go. That's the one right there. Let's turn those guides out. It's so bad. Oh boy. Let's slam this here. We're going to do this to a hot pink. Yep, this is going to go green. it's not green that I want. Let's do like a dark olive green so you have some contrast. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to just add in some lorem ipsum stuff to kind of fill in these areas. The way to do that, you just click and then it will type in lorem ipsum. And you can actually click and drag and it will fill that with placeholder text, just like that. Let's do freight. In another universe, I'd love doing laundry and taxes with you. I think that that's like kind of a quote from it. I don't remember specifically, but I think that's close.
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah. Someone's saying this design sure is something. Yep. That's what we're doing. Maximalism, baby.
Yeah, Joshua, thank you.
Yes. It's a lot. There's a lot that's happening here.
This almost makes me feel like it's a Urban Outfitter ad or something.
Urban Outfitters ad? Yes. Yes. 100%. All right. So I'm just going to kind of replicate this and then we're going to move around and then we'll move into Bauhaus. All right. Maximalist. We'll call it done.
Love it.
And so I'm going to go 18 by 24. Just do a nice little clipping mask over the whole thing. And boom, poster 1. Done. Love it. All right, on to poster 2. 18 by 24, what time is it? Okay, cool. That was like 20
They're
minutes.
good.
Not bad. Okay. All right, what was the second style that we had next?
Bauhaus.
Bauhaus. All right, in chat, you are very much a part of this. Let us know if you have a certain idea that you would like to see for a poster for Everything Everywhere All at Once. We are trying to do as many as we can in the 90 minutes, trying to spend like 15 minutes on each one. So Bauhaus, what we're going to do is we are going to throw back to some of the icons of the Bauhaus. If you want to look up some references, Laszlo Moholy-Nagy is the guy that you should look at for Bauhaus. You also can look at Theo von Doesburg, which is the style that we are going to be doing here. And I'm going to break this up into a grid. So Theo von Doesburg is known for the like blue, yellow, and red that you probably see everywhere. It's like a bunch of like boxes that are like on a thing. Very Bauhaus. And that is who we are going to be replicating. If you want to look it up, check out the work of Theo von Doesburg. And what I'm going to do is create a grid. So everything on Bauhaus is on grids. So we're just going to make a grid here. And then with Theo, he often had these very, very thick black lines. And then it was always primary colors. I'm going to draw these and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's 100% what the Bauhaus is. I'm familiar with that.
I've seen that in museums multiple
yes,
times.
Exactly. Yeah. It is pretty much just a hot yellow, and then the other one is just a hot red. So you've probably seen this look and style a million times. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just pull some of these into different areas like this and play around with the kind of orientation of things. Actually pull this one across this way. Let's do it on this one. I'm trying to think of where I'm putting the text.
Do you want me to find you some, like I have some quotes for you if you want?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Copy and paste.
Yes. Let me do this in here and then we can do a quote. So I'm going to do everything going this way. Oh, and my scale, stroke, and effects is on. So you can click Control K and turn off your scale, strokes, and effects if you need to do that. Oh, Steven hasn't watched the movie yet. It's so good.
It is good. It's confusing, but it's good.
Yes, that's yes, that is the way to describe it. Confusing. Okay, cool. So I'm going to kind of just lock this, I don't know, somewhere in the middle there. That one's going to be red. Then we'll probably add in some other little pieces, but this is very Bauhaus. Very Bauhaus. It's reminiscent of the next part of the Bauhaus, which is called Distigal, which is the style. So we're going to type in and we're going to do everything everywhere all once. Bauhaus. Actually, I think I have like a Bauhaus font. I do. We're just going to use that. Bauhaus is very geometric. And so we're just going to use this Bauhaus 93 font, which is very geometric. I don't like everywhere being vertical, but it is going to be. Here. Let's just pull this all the way down here. We're trying to stay on some sort of a grid. And then let's do all at once down here. And then let's do a quote. Do we have a short quote?
A short one. Ooh. I'm learning to fight like you.
Love that. Oh, that's such a sweet moment. Okay, all at once. And chat, we're getting pretty close on this one. So if you want to drop in your next thoughts, let me know what the next style is that we want to get to. I need to do this on 2 lines. Find a line to lock into right there. Got it. All right, there we go. That's better at staying on our kind of grid that we're working with here. Chat, I like that you have the camera of my face and you can see me doing the like the good old like 3-inch check to where it's like, is it different 3 inches further away from where I am at this moment?
So the eye squinting test.
Yes.
Does it work? Yeah.
All right. And then I am going to do, because it is very Bauhaus, like a super thick line over here with a googly eye. Right? Very Bauhaus.
Yes.
And chat, we're just about ready for that next style if you want to give it to us.
We have one from Stefan.
Okay.
Retro travel poster.
Okay. I will interpret that. And we'll figure out what that looks like. Okay. Here. Why won't you lock in there? My smart guides are being all kinds of wonky. Maybe they're hopping too many multiverses.
That's exactly it.
Yep. Oh, that feels very Bauhaus. So here, this is where you could get into an issue that I showed before with the scaling strokes and effects. So let's do 2 of these actually. So one of these I want to scale down to have another one down in the corner. If I scale this, it is going to keep the same width, which I want because it's very important for the Bauhaus. Now, if I turn that off, Control K, and we turn on scale strokes and effects, now when I scale it down, it's going to make it tiny. So you can see the difference there and how it kind of kills the style. So if you're working with a like singular line weight, always make sure that you have scale strokes and effects turned off. Okay, this one's fun. I'm not mad about this.
No, this one's good. I like it. Good job.
So we do another one here. It's looking up. All right, let's call it done. Number 2, done. Clipping mask. All right. And we are going to be taking some of these into Adobe Express, 100% this one, and we're going to be animating it. So we're going to kind of maximize that. In chat, we're going to do something very fun, and that's what we like to call a sip and save.
Do you have something to sip on?
I do. This is like the bane of my existence when I'm streaming, is I need to make sure I am hydrated so I don't lose my voice. And so I have my water, and then we save.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking coffee because that's my blood type.
Nice. Oh, I see another good one. Okay, cool. So somebody said, what was the next style? Sorry, I forgot. Retro travel poster.
Travel stuff. I think you can do something with the, like in the desert with the rock and add googly eyes on top and with like a very retro font.
Yeah, I think that we're actually going to use, we're gonna use generative fill for this one. So we're gonna hop over into Photoshop, and I have another document here set up in Photoshop. Here, producer, let me help you. There we go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of lay out the overall look, and then we're gonna use generative fill to piece together a lot of the pieces. And so I'm going to, first of all, I know that I want to have, I'm going to kind of map out my area. So I want to have this. No, why do we have a curve on that? Get that out of here. I want to do this kind of style of a vintage ad. Also, if you like vintage retro ads, we have Jesse Nyberg, I think is his name, is coming on next week. Permanent Glue, I believe is his Instagram, and he does really great vintage travel posters. All right, so that is going to be part of it. And then this is just going to be, oops, let's do not caps.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
What is happening? Oh, there we go. All right, where are we? Okay, cool. We're doing good on 15 minutes for each one.
Oh my gosh, yes. I said at the beginning, you're a legend. You know what you're doing. It's not your first rodeo.
Everywhere, all at once. Are those caps? No, I don't think they would be. And then chat, we need to find one that like feels vintage. So I'm literally just going to scroll through here. I know that it needs to be a sans serif. Actually, it might be a serif. No, it needs to not be too crazy. It needs to be pretty. There we go. Book Antiqua. That's what we're going to use.
Yep.
Oh, actually, no, we're going to use Bookman. Yeah, we're going to use Bookman. This is like the vintage font. Nice. Okay. That looks like it's spelled wrong. All right, it's good. Let's turn off all classes, and I want to get Bookman, but I want a different version of it. This is the one I want. Right. I shouldn't have made this 18 by 24, but we did. All right, that's looking good. And then I'm actually going to pop over and go to like the Wikipedia article just to get text for down here. So let me try. If we want to cut to headshots, that just might be safe, producer. Anytime I'm doing like just search, I'm always like, what's going to come up on Wikipedia? Everything, everywhere, all at once. And I'm just going to grab the synopsis and put it in there. All right, here's the synopsis. That seems like enough. Actually, let's do the plot. Okay, and then we're going to come back into Photoshop, and then I'm going to do 2 different little text boxes here. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's do Caslon just because. Do I not have Caslon? Okay, let's do times. Yeah. 12. Cool.
That looks good.
All right. In here. And we're going to leave like all of this stuff in here because I think that the vintage ad is like weird hyphenations and all of that goodness. I'll make this a little bit wider. All right, that also gets rid of our hyphenations, which is nice. I add, I don't know how to do columns in Photoshop for text. So we're just gonna do this. Okay, that's terrible. And I'm gonna fix this. Girl, friend. Cool. And then kill that. All right, let's do some generative fill. I'm actually gonna do one more of this that says see it now. put this over on the side.
Thanks, Annika. We have Annika saying, and reuse InDesign for columns. I feel this.
Oh, yes. I feel like it always, like every vintage ad has this like,
yes,
fun for the family.
I think that overpromise.
Oh yeah, like this will change your life. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so up here, this is where we're going to start using generative fill. Here's my disclaimer. This document is way too big. It is 18 by 24. I think that I have it at 300, which is a problem, but we're going to use generative fill to kind of put stuff in the background here and see how well it can work. The other thing that's an issue is this is not the beta, and so it doesn't have generative fill. Let me save this, and then I'll move over into the beta so that we can actually use generative fill. What joy. All right, so I'm going to go back into close this. We're going to go over here, and then I'm just going to open up the Photoshop beta real quick. Let's go as you're going back and forth. It'll be good. So chat, as we do this, what happened? Beta, open this, please. Thank you. Chat, what I want you to do is as we work with this stylistic vintage ad, what are some things we can throw in here from the movie? Because we want to have the vintage ad, but I also want it to be super chaotic with like multiverse stuff from the movie, right? All right, so let's open that real quick. I think I just threw it in my downloads. There it is. See it at your local theater. Who's Generative Phil? Oh, he is the casual version of Generative Philip, is what I like to say. So we're going to come in here, and I'm just going to select this area, and then we are going to type in, and we're going to generative fill some stuff. So I want it to be like a desert for some reason. Cactus and mountains. What are those things called that's like the
Dunes?
towers in the desert?
Is it dunes?
Yes, maybe. Oh, and someone's saying rocks. Yes, we definitely need rocks.
Rocks. We need rocks.
Okay, sorry. Let me put in photorealistic. So what's cool here is it does show the variations, so I can kind of see that, but we don't want that. We want photorealistic. And let's generate real quick. And then we're going to put a couple more pieces on there, and then we'll call this one done-ish. Those outside things? What are the outside things, Andres? Okay, because it's generated on white, I think that it won't like just straight up generate something. So I'm going to come to stock real quick. Then get a good picture of a desert. Actually, this will be fine because I'll be able to put other things in it.
Also can be seen as if it's like you're looking outside a window from a car. So
oh, yes.
Like travel. So.
Right. What? Oh, okay. Sorry, I got confused why it was feathered, and it's because the selection was feathered before when I made it. I'm just gonna move this. Cool. I think that looks pretty good. Let's start generative filling stuff on here. Isabel, do you have anything that you would like to see on this composition?
Well, like cactus. The cactus is a good idea.
We definitely want to do cactus.
And let's do 2 rocks.
Oh, yes. Let's definitely do some rocks. Somebody's saying windmills. Absolutely. Why not? Yep. Let's do one here. And let's do one here. Do granite rocks. Generate.
Can we actually have a bagel instead of the sun?
We can absolutely have a bagel instead of the sun. That honestly, why would that even be a question? There has never been a sun. There's only been a bagel.
An everything bagel.
An everything bagel. Sucked into a bagel. All right. That's good. And then up here, I am going to use the elliptical marquee just to make sure we have a perfect circle. And we are going to do an everything bagel. I'm interested to see if it's going to get the type of bagel.
Me too.
Oh, and somebody's saying like a silver 60s RV, like an Airstream kind of trailer. Yes.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yep, it's not. And then let's do like a it's gonna be too big, but let's try it. Silver, what is that, like a camper van?
Airstream, yes. I think it's what you attach to a truck. I think.
Yes. Like a trailer home.
It's like a trailer home, but it's like the rounded one, like silver. Like you were right about that, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we'll use that one. Not mad about it. And then somebody's saying, do you put eyes on the rock? Absolutely. Let's put one more thing in the sky here. What do I want to put in the sky?
Like clouds?
Yes, let's do clouds. Let's do like cotton candy clouds. Let's see what happens. It's an Airstream. Yeah, so it's an Airstream. And here's the thing. The reason that I didn't put Airstream in is because Firefly doesn't understand brand names because it is intellectual property of someone else. Firefly is, again, trained on Adobe stock. And so it is being trained. I love that. It's being trained so that it will eventually be okay for commercial use. And so it won't pick up Airstream because Airstream is a specific kind of 5. All right, this is looking good. I definitely want this to be pink. So we're going to do a couple little variations here. The first is I'm going to select here, and I'm going to go to select subject, and it should find just this kind of like cotton candiness for me. Sure, close enough. And I'm going to just drop some pink on top and then take the opacity down. We're going to change this to color and then bring that opacity down to like 30. There we go. Now it's got that real nice cotton candy kind of glow. The next thing that I wanted to do is we're just going to add something on top of the whole thing to make it look vintage. So here's what I like to do. On this whole thing, we are going to hit a bunch of buttons. Control, Alt, Shift, E. We did it. What that does is it merges it down to just like one layer of the image. And now we're going to add a whole bunch of noise. Let's do 10. And then we're going to go to filter and we're going to blur it a little bit. Let's do 2 pixels. All right, so everything's a little out of focus. And then I'm going to add another noise on top just to kind of get it back into being crispy. And then I'm going to, actually, let's just generate. I'm going to generate a kind of wrinkled paper texture over the whole thing. So the best way to do that, you can generate a big white square, select the whole thing, and then we can just type in right here, wrinkled paper texture. Oh yes, trailers, campers, or fifth wheels, yes. All right, chat. I'm going to pick the next one just because I have an idea for what I want to do.
Okay.
I don't know what the style, I guess the style would be like bubblegum pop. I want something that's like really just like poppy. Okay, so we're going to desaturate this. I'm going to go to hue and saturation. We're going to desaturate all the way, make it a little bit brighter. And then I'm going to multiply. Why is that not working? Oh, because I have a white layer. There we go. Okay, let's do... There we go. Let's do color burn. All right, vintage ad. We get it. I'm not mad about this at all.
No, it's great. Looking great.
All right, good work. Saved. And now we're going to go back into Illustrator. And chat, remind me that we do need to get this into Express. I'm gonna keep getting like distracted and then not get to it and be so mad. Which today is our Adobe Express day. So stick around for the whole day if you want more content from Adobe Express. I promise I will get to it. I promise. I'm just getting carried away. Actually, let's do that right now. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to just do a new document. And we're gonna copy and paste this over here. All right, I'm gonna get rid of the clipping mask that I have here. Oops. All right, this is looking pretty good. Here is what we are going to do, because I do believe that Adobe Express is going to separate some of these things, but that's all right. I'm going to save this. So I'm just going to go to Control S and we're going to save it as everything animated. And then we'll come over into Adobe Express. So super quick workflow here. All I'm going to do is start from your content. And I just saved that to my desktop, everything animate, and we're going to hit open. Oh, Kyle, I've been living under a rock. What's the elevator pitch for Adobe Express? Well, Adobe Express is the one-stop shop. I would give you marketing language. Basically, it helps you like further your workflows. If you're in Photoshop, if you're in Illustrator, you can add animation. You can literally, so we just drug our animate AI in here. It's an Illustrator file. We can go to open an editor and it is going to allow us to do all kinds of stuff to this. So we can add text, we can add in animation. And so you see all of these pieces right at the eyes. Oh, it changed the type because I don't think it was an Adobe font, which is fine. We can fix it. But I'm going to come in here and I can select all of these pieces. You can see that it actually is pulling in all of those pieces. It's still loading them because there's so many in here. But I'm just going to click and drag over a lot of these pieces to make sure that I can grab this eye, right? So we'll group that. That looks good. And I'm actually just going to delete some of these other ones so I don't have to worry about it, because once I have one grouped, I can just reposition everything. All right, one there. Then we are going to duplicate. Where's my duplicate button? There we go. Big one there. Duplicate again. And one more. All right, and we did miss. I'm trying to match. And the reason I'm not just using the same one is it was just easier for me to copy and paste them. All right, duplicate. Cool. So let's change this font. And literally, just like I was working in Illustrator, now I'm in Express. Very similar workflow, very familiar workflow if you've used it before. If you use Illustrator, it's very similar. You can literally just click on the boxes and then change things. So I'm not crazy about the font that it chose for us. So I'm going to try to find something a little bit different. And this is probably going to be okay. It's not. Let's find something that fits a little better.
Yeah, I was going to say that one.
Right. And very, very familiar, similar workflow to Illustrator, just using the keys to do all of this stuff. What font was this that I used? Adriana Condensed. There we go. And I think we used extra bold. Cool. Chat, how many of you have used Adobe Express? Anybody here, Adobe Express people?
That's a great question. We have some people thanking Kyle actually for asking the question, because it's not only Kyle that was living under a rock, apparently. So.
Oh, yeah, I can totally give you an overview of Adobe Express. Let's do that. So Adobe Express, is what we are in now. It's basically a web platform for you to use. Lives here. There is a mobile app that's a little bit different than this, but it is here for you. It is video. It is voiceovers. You can do audio, you can do animation, you can do design, you can do everything here. There are also a bunch of templates that you can work with. So I was working in Illustrator and now have brought that Illustrator into Adobe Express. And you're saying, Andrew, you can do all of the stuff that you've done in Illustrator. Great. But here's what I can do that I can't do in Illustrator is I can animate. So all I need to do is select this object that I made in Illustrator and click on animation. And we're going to go to in, and the bungee looks pretty good to me. The bounces look good. Let's have it bounce this way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we can loop. And when it loops in, I do want it to do a spin. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right. And let's do energetic and see what that looks like. Oh, it feels a little weird. Strong. What does strong look like? Okay. What about loud? Absolutely loud.
Yes. Yeah.
So now it animates in and then sits there. And so we can do the same thing here is we're just going to do the same animations that I believe we had the bungee. This is going to go to the right, and then looping, I am going to make it spin. So I can just go through and select all these and animate them. That's what I'm gonna, let's have it shrink in. Yeah, let's have it drop in. Then that's good. Loop, we're gonna have it spin again. Same thing here. This one is going to bungee in. So if you haven't used Adobe Express, this is the greatest workflow if you are a designer to be able to just pull stuff in here. And it makes it very, very easy to animate and do really cool stuff. So animation in, let's have it. Yeah, let's have it fade. So fade in. I think that these all are just going to fade in and not do a lot. So we're going to fade here. And then same thing here. Animation in. Let's fade. All right. Watch what happens. No, go ahead.
I was going to say we have a question from Andres saying, can you copy and paste the animation settings from separate elements?
I don't believe you can currently, I think is the answer. That is something that I have brought up to the team. So maybe on the way. That is definitely a good idea because yes, it does get, if you're doing something like this, it gets a little tedious. So that's a great suggestion. And I'm going to bring it up with the team again. So let's go ahead and hit play here and watch what happens. Boom. So what we don't like is that everything happened everywhere all at once, which is so funny that that's actually a description of what happened. So I can come in here to edit timeline, and that is going to allow me to change the timing of everything. So the eyes, I actually want to come in at a different time. All I need to do is click on show layer timing. Oh, hold on. Wait, this is my favorite thing when this happens. All I need to do is click on show layer timing, which is right there next to me on the output. That makes me so happy when I'm next to something on the screen. And then I can click and drag so that it comes in later. So I'm going to do that with all of these pieces to make sure that they're not getting in the way of the title coming in. So do this one and then pull it over here as well. Maybe a little bit before. And now when I play this, there we go. You can see that the timing is a little bit different, and I don't like how that one is going in. So we are going to have this grow instead. All right, let's give that one more shot. I love it.
I love it.
So something else we can do that you can't do in Illustrator, and this is why it would be great. Oh, that's a great idea. Andres, that's literally the best idea ever. Andres said, oh, all you need to do is animate one and then copy and paste it. That is the correct answer. So let me put this over here. So all I should have done is animated one of them, and then I duplicate this. And now I make another copy of it, and let's see if that works. So now when I play it, it should animate both of those. Let's see. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
There you go. Thank you, Andres.
Thank you, Andres. That was very helpful, and that is great. Okay, so here's the best part about this. Chat, I am going to... I still don't I want this one coming in way earlier. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted by the timing on this. All right, chat, we're going to do something a little weird here. If you've ever seen the movie Swiss Army Man, which is another movie by the Daniels, pretty much all the music is the actors making the sounds and the instruments. And so we're going to do that here. And we're going to do a little voiceover. and do some sound effects. So what we can do in Adobe Express is really fun is we've gone from Illustrator, we've animated, and now I can click on media and then go to audio. And we're going to do record voiceover, and let's see what happens here. So I click on record voiceover. There's my microphone. It looks good. And I'm going to do a little ASMR. We're going to get close, and then we're going to do start recording. Here we go. All right, that sounded really weird, but let's see how it sounds. I hate it. It's so good. So if we wanted to, that is so unhinged. If we wanted to, that is something that we could then duplicate, or we could add in some more. So why not? Let's go back to media. Let's do voiceover. Let's record voiceover and see, can we stack these? I actually don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, it replaced it. That's what I thought. Let me see if I record one more on this other side, if I can drag it under, just because I'm curious what happens if I don't record like on a voiceover. I actually don't know the answer to this. Let's see. Okay, can I drag this under here? No, I can't layer. Okay, I didn't think that I could layer. That's fine. So let's go ahead and play this and see what happens. Wow. What joy we've brought. All right, so that is our animated poster for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's really fun and really goofy and crazy, but super useful. All I need to do now is I can go to download, and then I'll be able to download this as a video so that it turns into a motion poster, which is great. We went from Illustrator directly in to create that motion poster. Something else that we could do that would be really easy is we could save our image here. So I'm just going to save this out. This is probably a problem, but because it's huge, we're just going to save it as a JPEG here. And this is our vintage ad. I love to do this. So it's going to save out the vintage ad for us. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that into Adobe Express. So let's come back here. Let's go back to the home. And you can click plus. And then let's just do, I mean, we probably have to do the custom size. Oh, it's too big. Okay. What's one scale down from that?
So if you do it, so it would be 9 by 12.
Yes, thank you. Cool. So now all I need to do is click on your stuff. Actually, let's go to media. We can go to media, upload from device, and then we are going to grab our poster, which maybe I put on the desktop, maybe I put in our downloads. At this point, it's really a question. Let's see. Downloads.
There you go. It's there.
It's a giant file. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Wait, I got it. Don't worry, chat. Fear not. JPEG. Everything copy. Yes, I want to replace it. How big is this file right now? 46 megs. Okay, we're going to take the quality all the way down. 8 megs all the way down. 6. Sure. It's way too big of a file. No. Okay, hold on, chat. Everybody's all right. Everyone's okay. Hold on. We're traveling through the universe.
That's it. That's the multiverse glitches that we're going through right now.
It's so true. We're glitching in the multiverse. 6 is still so much. All right, we're doing 1. I'm actually interested to see what this looks like. Like the quality is probably gonna be so bad, but it works for a vintage ad, I guess. So I'm just gonna click and drag this in here, which is really cool. And then I'm going to set this as the background of this image, which I can do here. Where do I set it as the background? Oh, there we go. The giant button that says set as page background, Andrew. I do want to make it a little bit brighter, so I can come to my adjustments and I can increase the contrast and we can increase the brightness. Looks pretty good to me. There we go. Okay, so now I can add in some like texture, this is really fun to do for your designs, is come into media, go to video, and then here I'm just going to do static noise.
Could you save as a GIF as well? Let's say you wanted to just have that playing on your website.
Yes, that's a great question. The answer is actually no, but I can show you how to export it into being a GIF. Let's see. Oh, this is probably what I want. So I like this one. I'm going to click on it, and then let's see what that video looks like once it loads in. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pull this over the whole canvas, and this is where Adobe Express is really, really powerful. As I can grab this, and I'm going to change the blending mode here to screen, and that's going to take away all of the dark pieces. And now it's a video. When I play it, did the screen actually do anything? Like, was that video doing anything is the question. Okay, let's get a different video because I'm fully not confident that was doing anything. That's too much.
Oh, I liked it.
Oh, that one's scary. I don't want scary ones. Okay, let's just do this one, and then we can take it down if it needs to. And yes, blending modes too. Wow. I feel exactly the same way. Very much.
We have Melanie saying, learned a lot in this session.
Yay. Very blend, very wow. So we're going to change this blending mode to screen. And now you see when we play it, we get that really cool kind of static effect on it. So this is a great way to take your designs from being kind of one note to really giving them some fun, fast kind of help with the aesthetic. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Cool. So if you want to export it as a GIF, you can go to download, and then we're going to do an MP4. We're going to hit download here. And this is going to be such a massive video. Andrew, why are we working at full-size files? Screaming. Okay, let's pretend that we didn't make mistakes when we set up our file. You can go to express.adobe.com, and where we just were was new.express.adobe.com. It's the beta for Express. And if you go to express.adobe.com, the normal one right now that's in general release, you can go to convert to GIF. So this is where you can drag and drop your video. Very, very easy.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to do the one that I want to do. Because I'm selfish. That sounded so like contentious. I'm gonna do the poster that I want to do because this is my stream and I'm gonna do what I want. Okay. Okay, here's what I want to do. All right, chat. I'll give you. You definitely can't see this, but I have literally, these are all of the notes that I took of things that I wanted to do that we haven't done any of them. This is the one that like we're going to do right now, because I just want to show you that I was prepared and y'all got me way off track. And so now I'm reclaiming my time. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a bubbly blobby one. And the way that we're going to do that is we are going to do everything, everywhere, all at once. I'm trying to think of the words. So we're just going to type out the words real quick.
Oliver saying stretch cats.
Okay, y'all aren't allowed to look at my notes anymore. There is a note that just says stretched cats. Today's International Cat Day, and so I was like, we should do a cat version of it, but we definitely aren't gonna have time. Maybe we'll. Okay. Okay, everybody calm. Dang it, I never am showing you my notes anymore. There's context to all of those words. Okay. Everything, everywhere. Thank you, chat. All at once. All right. And I definitely want just like a regular rounded sans serif. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to go to sans serif. I want something that's very thick. And this is probably the answer. No, I need something that's thinner. So we're going to go to regular width. Let's do Dunbar. Dunbar is one of my favorite fonts, actually. Okay, this is... I don't know if this is going to work. All right, chat, I'm going to give you a little secret. This is my secret, and it's my favorite secret. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out a black box over this whole thing. And I'm going to do some, like, weird cuts. And the reason I'm going to do these weird cuts is I'm going to try to, like, mesh everything together. So we are going to use the knife tool. This is a rare tool to see. So rare that I don't know where it is. It's not the slice tool.
Is it under the eraser?
Eraser.
Eraser. If you go up, there you go.
Scissors tool. Yep. There we go. Scissors tool. That's what I want. So the scissors tool, you can just click and drag and it will break something in there. It will, break the shape into more shapes, cut the shape into more shapes. So I want to do everything everywhere all at once. So I need 5 shapes here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut. Please. That's not what I want. Hold on.
Yeah, you want the knife, I think.
I want the knife tool.
Yeah, so it's right under the scissors, actually. It's there.
Oh, is it in here? Oh, it literally is right there. Thank you.
No problem.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of click and drag to have some little cuts. Everything. And let's do everywhere kind of this way. And then all is going to be down here. I'm just trying to find the kind of at, and then once is going to go down in this area. So now that we have all of these weird shapes, here's what I like to do is I'm going to select all of this, and then I'm going to go to Object, Transform each. That is going to transform each of these objects. Then we are going to click on Random. And from Random, we are going to go to Scale, and I'm going to set the maximum at 80%. So now when I click on Random again, you can see that it's randomizing the scaling of all of those things, which is pretty cool. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't want them overlapping. Sorry, I was just thinking of like why this isn't working. I don't want them overlapping, and it's not working because I cut into shapes on shapes, which is fine, because what I can do is I can cancel that. I can take all of these and go to Object, Path, Offset Path, and then we're just going to take the path in. Because I want them to be close to each other, but not touching. And so now we have this really interesting, weird pattern from offsetting the kind of cutouts that we had. So I'm going to grab all of this, and we're going to put that back in the middle. Okay, cool. Not looking bad. I missed a piece. All right, everything, everywhere, all at once. Cool. All right, chat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slam some stuff and get really, really weird here. I'm going to grab our first word. Oh, and what I'm going to do actually here is I'm going to take all of these and we're going to go to Path, Object Path, and Simplify. I want way less anchor points. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to select all of these and go to Effect, Stylize, and Round Corners. We're going to set that at 99, just the highest that it can go. Oh, never mind. We're not going to do that. All right, we'll have some sharp edges. That's fine. So with this, we can grab our first word and our first shape right here. Here we go. We are going to use a great tool that is called Envelope Distort, he said with a question. Let's go to Object, Envelope Distort. I was right. And then Make with Top Object. So this object is on top. This object is underneath that object in the layers. So with our text selected, this being the top object, we can go to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object, and watch what happens. Weird.
That's like, yeah, magic.
Yeah. Yep. So it slams that shape into, or it slams the bottom object into the top shape. So we're gonna do the same thing with this bottom, with the next one right here. And we are just gonna go, the hotkey for that is Control Alt C or Control Option C. Oh, I'm not mad about how weird that looks. That's cool. You want to make sure that all your text is kind of grouped together, and we're just going to keep doing that. So Control Alt C or Control Option C, grabbing each of these.
And your text is like outline before,
yes,
right?
It is outlined. Yes. Yeah. But okay, so let's do this. So let's say that I don't want it to be. So let's say that I'm not sure that's everywhere, all at sometimes. Let's do this. So let's say that the word sometimes is in here. with a question mark. You can actually do this with live text. So as long as this object is in the front, we go to Object, Envelope, Distort, Make with, Top Object, and it will go in there, and I can actually come in here and edit this.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why. There's a reason it changed the orientation, but it's not worth it. It's not worth me describing. Let's just toss that in there. And that looks pretty good to me. Now, all this extra stuff, I might take out, I might leave, because what I want to do, actually, let's do this. Let's take out all these extra pieces. We should be pretty close at like being able to lock in. So I'm going to kind of fake it on some of these parts. And what's really cool is not only is your text editable, so is the mesh. So I can use all these little pieces to kind of get the perfect lock in using the direct selection tool and grabbing these nodes and handles.
That is super fun. I've seen so much of this on social media and never tried it. I'm so happy you're doing this right now.
Yes, it's so easy too. So this shape definitely has some like weird curves going on. Oh, and y'all, I have pixel preview turned on. There we go. Look at those crispy vectors. All right, so some of these are getting a little bit wonky because of these anchor points. But I'm not mad. Whatever. All right, let's lock these in here. You can even grab the individual anchor points. There we go. And actually, I want to bring this all the way up there. And it's cool that it shows you in real time. So you can like really see what everything is doing and what it looks like kind of as you go. Andrew, get over here. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I mean, close enough. Okay, cool. So this is all locked in and that looks good to me. Now, let's do some weird stuff. This is where we are going to do our 3D. And you saw that I had Chrome on there. We're going to do Chrome. That's what's going to happen right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop in Chrome. And what I'm going to do is just make a copy of this to the side just so I have it. But we are going to select all this, go to Object, Expand, and boom. Now it is literally just like outline type, which is really cool. I do want all these to be separate. So I'm going to use the Pathfinder to just come in here and make sure that they are all separate pieces. I'm here for the weird stuff. Well, yeah, that's if you join the stream with me, you know what you're getting. All right, so each of these are individual, which is what we want. And now everyone say a prayer to the GPU gods because we're about to do 3D stuff. What? Okay. We have like 15 minutes. Okay, I just want to make sure that like if everything crashes and explodes, it's not going to be too crazy. All right, so I'm going to grab this top piece here and we're going to go to 3D materials and I'm going to do inflate. And this is what I wanted. I wanted one that felt like really puffy and like blobby. So we're going to go to inflate. It is going to go black and then it is going to come back. Everybody hold on. This is us doing the like we're traveling through the multiverse right now because it is doing 3D. Now, it will only take a second. There we go. So this looks pretty good. I'm not mad about this. And looking at our inflate settings, we can actually change them quite a bit. So I'm going to change the depth to make it pretty inflatey. And then down here, I do want to add in some materials. We can change the roughness here. And this is where we wanted to do that chrome. I'm going to increase the metallicness all the way up. Yeah, maybe take the roughness. Let's do roughness. Middle. Shiny. Okay, and so the edges are a little bit too like square for me. So that's where we can come in and do stylize and we can round those corners. And I am going to round them to 5 inches. It's going to take a second to render that. Absolutely. I don't even need to look at what's happening. Absolutely, yes. Okay, that's wild.
That's crazy.
Not mad about it. All right, let's do the same thing here. And what's cool is right here, I can actually come over to my graphic styles and I can click on plus while I have this selected and it's going to save all of those settings. So now when I come down here for all, I can just click right here and it's going to give me those exact settings. I do have it set in black, which I don't want to do. Let's set it in green. And now you can see that it has those exact settings, which is really cool. So this one, if we want this to be blue, then we can come back in and grab our graphic style that we just made and apply it. And it's going to like continue to apply those effects. Purple, yellow? Like yellow isn't going to look great.
Yes.
We can try it. Yeah. All right, chat. I need one more style, I think. This one actually might break because of the weird thing that's happening up here, but let's see what happens. This one's going to be red.
No, it's like, no, it's good. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Could you clean that up after?
Yes. I could go clean it up after. Right now with the 3D on it, it would be crazy. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. I'm not mad about it at all. I could add some shadow. I'm going to regret this the second that I click on it. Oh, actually, what we can do is I'm going to put this on black, and then we can actually change the lighting here in Illustrator, which is really cool. So let's put this on black. And then I can come in and I can grab this and I can actually add more light. So this light, I maybe actually want to be red instead of white. I can click and it will make that light red. And then let's add another one.
Oh.
And that red light is going to be now maybe a green light. Okay. Not bad about intensity. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not green isn't the vibe. Yellow? All right, cool. That works better. And so you can play around with the different lights of like where they are on each object, which is really cool. And it will continue to kind of re-render those. And you can get some really great effects. So this one, I'm actually going to do like a chrome effect. So we're going to do purple. Oops. And then we'll do... Yes.
Question for you. Can you then bring this in Adobe Express Beta and animate it?
Yeah. Why not? I'm making big promises, but let's try it. Okay, let's do...
That would be insane.
Okay, that looks pretty good. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's do a couple things. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and put it on its own document. About 10 minutes left, chat. You need to watch faster, chat. Speed up your eyes. Okay, so we're going to save this, and then I'm going to see what happens if I try to take this into Express. There's a couple of different ways that we could do this. I'm going to test it first to see how much it can handle it. Don't think the answer is that it's going to be able to handle it all, but I'm going to give it a shot, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to save. It's going to be 3D everything and get this into Express. So we're going to go into the beta again right here. Oh, that file is going to be way too big for us to open. I already know. So this is 53. No. Okay, so let's do this. Let's scale everything down. I'm just going to scale it down really small. And then it's going to re-render those materials. We're going to do this. I promise. It'll be good. Okay, cool. Not mad about that. And then we are going to... Oops. No. Actually, something we can do, this is a little hack for you, is we can just make this back object into an artboard. So we can object artboards, convert to artboard, and now the back object is our artboard. So it'll be very much smaller, which will be nice. Okay, cool. So now let's go to start from your content, go to that 3D everything that we have. It is only 4.6 megs, which means it will work. Let's see what happens if the 3D, let's see what happens with the 3D. In my brain, it might work. So, I mean, hold on, everybody. Okay, converted it to a group. Yep, I mean, each of them separate. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Sweet. So yeah, now I could come in here and we could animate, and let's make this like as chaotic as possible. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, where's the like jiggle one? There it is. Blob. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Blob. 100%. I'm just gonna do that for all of them, I think. Animation. This one is going to tumble. We're gonna have it tumble from the other side, and then we're gonna have it bob. This one, same thing. Tumble in from the right, and then blob.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving this.
Me too. Tumble from the left, and then bob.
We have Umakarn who is crossing their fingers.
Thank
for
you.
us. Thank you. Yes. We're all on the edges of our seats.
This one should tumble in, I guess, from the left. Okay, so I'm going to edit timeline before we even look at this and just show layer timing, because I know that I want these to all come in separately. And I want once at the end. I want this one to be a little bit before that. I want this one to be a little bit before that. I want this one to be a little bit before that. And then this one to be a little bit before that. All right, chat. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so fun. Okay,
this is so fun.
I'm gonna make it longer just so it animates all the way through.
Please, can you do a voiceover over this?
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, let's do a voiceover. Oh, we got 10. We have so much time. Okay, I'm actually gonna do more to this one because I really like it a lot.
Okay.
Let's go to media and let's do audio. Let's do voiceover, and here we go. Do I have anything that I can like do sounds with? Yeah, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's see if that worked. The straw sounds. Here we go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
hold on. Let me hold on. Let's do the straw sounds like with like an actual voiceover, and that way it'll just be like really weird. All right, here we go. Everything, everywhere, all at once. See it this summer with the whole family. All right, I think that was good. Let's see what happens here. Everything, everywhere, all at once. See it this summer with the whole family. Dead. Okay, love that. We can cut the audio down here. So we're just going to select the audio here, and I'm going to pull it back so it just matches up at the end there. All right, so it looks good. This little guy can go away. And then I'm not crazy about I want something in the background. I don't like it being on a black background. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to go to media and go to video. Chat, what do we want to see in the background of this?
I mean, I want to see another bagel move.
Oh yeah, let's put a bagel. So let's do some kind of like,
or eyes.
Oh, just a bunch of like, let's see if Googly Eyes is on there. Man.
By the way, you're having a standing ovation right now in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do all of these. Okay, wait, video, bring me back. Media, I want this one too. I want this one as well. And please give me this one. And why not? This guy's a part of it now too. Okay, so let's I'm screaming. Why am I like this? All right, we're gonna drag all these down below the text. Cool. And then I'm gonna grab all of those and just scale them down so we have them like across the way. So there's one. This one I definitely want to move down. Yeah, okay. This one, same thing. Let's go ahead and move it down. You're having too much fun. Yeah, no, yeah, this is too much fun. Okay, that looks pretty good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's good to have like sometimes fun like this, just to explore the tools and just have fun with your creativity because you're not boxed in with a brief.
Yes. Actually, okay, I'm not mad about multiplying all of these. Yeah, I am. I do think I want to multiply this one though. And then maybe move this one up. Yeah. All right, something's happening here. We're going places.
So while you do this, I should have said this a little earlier, but if you have anyone that you'd like to see on this stream, please feel free to hit the guest recommendation tab in the Behance and maybe recommend yourself or a friend if you'd like to, you know, have fun and play with googly eyes and bagels and cactus on a live stream.
Oh, the bagel. We forgot about the bagel. Okay. I did forget about the bagel.
It's fine. I think it's going to be super chaotic if you have a bagel.
See what happens. Everything, everywhere, all at once. See it this summer with the whole family. It's so weird. Oh, I love it. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is real quick. I'm just going to do a very, very quick put a bagel in the background, and that way we can have it rotate. So I'm just going to go to media, and then we are going to do a photo. We are going to do a bagel. Boom.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
We're going to click on it. We're going to remove that background for us real quick.
That amazes me how good that is, the remove background feature.
Oh, yes. We're going to put this in the center, and then we're going to do animation, looping, spin, and then we are going to play our animation. Everything, everywhere, all at once. See it this summer with the whole family. There we go. We did it, y'all.
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
Good poster. That's pretty good. And what's cool is like if I wanted to, I could actually stagger these. So maybe I want like one of these letters behind here is I can play, and now you'll see that the word is actually going to be behind the bagel. Everywhere, all at once. See it
oh, yes.
Right? So you can get some cool dimension out of there.
Oh my goodness. How do you feel about this stream?
Honestly, this is great. So we did this one, then we did the Bauhaus one that we made move, and then we did the maximalist one, and then we also did the Photoshop one. So 4 of them in an hour and a half is pretty good. Not too bad.
Good. Yeah, you definitely need like a little pat on the back here because this was a lot. Definitely hooped into a lot of multiverses with those posters.
Yes. So I think we have more Express content coming up after this, right?
Yes, we do. So join Jesse Showalter as he takes us through his process of turning one piece of content into 5 social media pieces using Adobe Express. So
fun.
Yeah, stay tuned for this.
And then stick around at 1 p.m. Adobe Office Hours is going to be on with yours truly. We'll be talking about finding your purpose. We'll talk about finding your purpose, creating brands with purpose, and all kinds of other purpose-driven things, including a great organization called Limitless that makes prosthetic limbs with a graphic design twist.
Be sure to tune in. Thank you so much, everyone, for having fun with us and making posters, and see you next time.
Bye.